What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be having a look at Gears of War Judgment. Now this game is a prequel to the original Gears of War game and the whole trilogy. So if you are totally new to the franchise, you may actually start with this one. And I mean, this game is a little bit different because it was made by a different developer, People Can Fly. And it feels a little bit different in a sense that, yeah, it's still Gears of War, but it's more faster kind of approach to gameplay. Some people didn't like it. I do enjoy it, so I'm not really sure why people complain about it. Maybe they got so used to the good old Gears that something new kind of threw them off a little bit. Now there's two kind of modes. There's Aftermath, which you can play after finishing the Judgment. So Aftermath is a classic extension to the Gears of War 3 storyline. You need 31 stars to unlock Aftermath, so that's kind of cool because that's something extra, right? But I would recommend playing that after Gears of War 3, I guess, right? Because it makes no sense. Because Judgment came out after Gears of War 3, so that's why it has that extra mode. But you want to play, obviously, Judgment, because that's actually the proper Gears of War Judgment game, right? So let's start a new gameplay, because why not? I did play it a little bit. Yeah, let's just overwrite it. Let's play at hardcore maybe, because why not? Judgment actually looks good to this day. It's still 720p game, so the graphics is not really that great per se, but it's a late Xbox 360 game, so the actual graphics is much better than the Gears of War I tested yesterday. So you can check the video, of course. So there is a significant difference in visuals. I will skip the... Can I skip the cutscene? Yeah. But so it's still 720p game, but it's 60 frames per second, right? So that's great. And those of you that checked my yesterday's video will see the difference straight away. First of all, it's a little bit more colorful, right? Obviously the graphics overall is better, better textures, there's more stuff going on the screen. Yeah, textures looks much better. The you know, the world doesn't seem to be that blocky, if you know what I mean. There's just more geometry to it, more stuff going on overall. So yeah, I like it. I mean, this game would really benefit from like running at 1080p or 1440p at 60, because this game just looks good. And I also played Gears of War 2 and 3, which were enhancing graphics and resolution as well. And yeah, they look much better. And so the graphics actually, like the textures and stuff, they look really good in this game. So it's running at 60 frames per second. So the only thing that kind of holds this game back a little bit is the actual resolution. But it's not as obvious as with the previous games, because it was a late Xbox 360 game. They improved a lot of stuff in terms of... I mean, still 720p game, but you know, anti-aliasing is better, so it's not as pixelated as the previous ones, right? So I'm quite impressed with this one, to be honest with you. Let's check the... Yeah, the game still controls the same way the classic games did back in the days. Yeah, I must say that this game presents itself very well, considering it's a Xbox 360 game.
For a few days. We'd seen some action. but nothing like.
Oh, by the way, you don't play as Marcus Phoenix anymore.
Nothing like what?
I think you play as Bird.
Nothing like Karn, sir.
So yeah, the game like has much better textures. Like there's a lot of objects. Like you've got these posters that kind of wave with the wind and stuff, right? So game looks good. You know, the sky and everything, it looks great as well.
High class stuff. Throwing fire.
By the way, you collect these points and I'm not sure if you get any rewards from it or something. But that's the thing, like that people were complaining about things like that. That wasn't really a classic kind of Gears of War game. It had these style kind of points and stuff. Which even I don't really know what that's all about, right? Because yeah, like, but all these particle effects, like, and everything looks really good. The bloom and stuff. You know what? I like to search for like collectibles sometimes if I've got time and I'm not rushing through the game. So, yeah, see, that's another change. Like in a classic Gears game, you would have to come over to a gun or ammunition and press a button to actually collect that ammunition, while here you just run over it and it tops it up.
We went as fast as we could, sir.
Another thing is like the way you change the weapon. You press the Y button to change the weapon, where in the classic games you would use the D-pad to change it. Oh, by the way, you've got these kind of challenges also during the gameplay. They don't really do anything to the story and stuff, but you get extra points, I guess, if you follow them, right? So you've got like so you can, I mean, you don't have to do them, right? But it's just extra, I think, points and stuff. So let's give it a try. Kylo squad claimed to encounter unknown locust variant. Dark wrenches replace normal wrenches. So this, what it does is that instead of normal wrenches, you will have these dark wrenches. So it makes game a little bit more challenging, I guess.
Other units talk about the glowing wrenches, but I thought that was just soldiers telling stories.
And you get these stars point, you know, filling up faster when you play it this way, right? So like these were some of these complaints people had about that game, that they added these things, but I mean, you don't necessarily have to do it, right? You know, the gameplay wise, it's still good old Gears. So I really don't know why people complained about it.
Oh man, what happened?
So if you hear people saying that Gears of War Judgment is shit, don't believe them. That's not the case. It is a little bit different, but it's not shit different. Okay, where's these opponents? Oh, there they are. So these are more difficult. Oh, now I need to collect these by hand. Okay, that's weird.
Bring it on.
See, and you see that
Throwing fire. Shoot him up.
whoa, what was that?
When those wretches died, they exploded like they'd been drinking out of a fuel tank. I hoped we wouldn't be seeing them again anytime soon.
Okay, so that's weird because now I have to.
Big problem, sir. Our convoy just got destroyed.
Then move on to the Museum of Military Glory. It's under attack.
Sir, whatever destroyed our convoy's still out there.
Noted, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Come on, Kilo.
Okay, so this is interesting because when you.
Doesn't mean I like it.
Oh, you can change the gun. No, I don't want that gun. Yeah, let's stick to that.
Dibs.
Yeah, I forgot how to throw the grenades because it's different. Now you do it with the left bumper button. Yeah, so there's changes the way you kind of control and interact with guns and stuff, but these are not like massive changes that would break the game or made the game totally different. Okay, so there's this. Okay, so if we've got this red face over here, there's some collectible. There you go. And this is the thing, like, you know, I remember when I was still a teenager and I was playing these games, like back then. Well, I wasn't a teenager anymore. I was in my early 20s. You know, I was never about like, you know, collecting these things, collectibles. I was just, let's go from point A to B and let's just beat the game and that's it, right? Now I'm just, for the most part, I'm taking more time with the games. I, you know, search for collectibles and stuff. There we go. So now we've collected that particular level and we've got 3 stars, right? So I think that's what people complain about. That it's like, just like in the Devil May Cry, you've got like different kind of points for beating the level and stuff, so but you don't necessarily have to do it.
Nice. This would make a fine UIR head.
So yeah. So guys, the game looks really good, and even though it's a 720p game, it looks really good. right? So if you are totally new to the franchise, I would start with this one because it tells the story before the original Gears of War trilogy. So obviously you will, you know, you will have more information going into Gears of War if you never played it. I'm not sure if there's somebody who never played it, but you know, you never know. There might be some new Xbox people. And
So this is the UIR sniper rifle.
This isn't a gun. It's a comrade.
oh, there's another collectible. Okay, let's take it then. Another challenge. Lieutenant Baird, the claim unauthorized Hammer of Dawn strikes took place in Old Town. Finished before Hammer of Dawn strikes in 3 failure will result in death. Yeah, guys. So before I do that, like I want to finish kind of the video. I don't want to make it too long. So the game plays great because it's 60 frames per second, no frame rate drops, plays really good. Graphics actually looks very good. It's actually one of the better looking Xbox 360 games. That game came out later in the Xbox 360 generation, so graphics look good. Now it's 60 frames per second. Yeah, give it a try. It's a very good game. Don't listen to some people, haters. It may be a little bit different in a way it handles weapons and some challenges and stuff, but it's still a good old Gears of War game. There's also DLC, which you've seen, which tells the story what happened after Gears 3, which I never played, to be honest with you. I don't know how I missed it, but yeah. So that's the video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for support, really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.